Hello everyone, Nakandri here and welcome to yet another one of my videos. Well, there were some serious changes that I wanted to go over, and also I have 500 HP and double turns, but we will go over it in a minute. But let's get over with the changes that were introduced not that long time ago. Okay, so the first change that we'll be going over is the mobs now have their end card change, whatever that means. Based on the stats if their decks don't recycle. So what that means is I have basically no clue, basically because well I don't know. But there's a second change that yeah, we'll be taking over later, which is the Lone Wanderer mode. We'll be going it over later, basically, cause it's actually really game changing for the Hexaria's basically the whole game. Because well, let's just say I tested it and it's amazing, but we'll be going it over later. Now let's go over to some changes. Okay, I must split them in a couple of parts because to not throw everything at once. So yeah, let's do this. So first of all, summons now have summons all of the obtainable summons in the game that player can normally obtain through various means such as mercenary, hired wizard, guard, weak skeleton, fire spirit, zombie, archon trainee, ranger had their decks adjusted in some way. I am not sure in what way exactly because I haven't tested it. But yeah, second change. NPCs now summoned by players have their decks limited, meaning that summons actually uh, are a bit weaker. I'm not saying that they are completely unusable, I'm just saying that they will last a lot shorter now because of this change. Uh, Even though summons are a big part of this game, I think that this change was probably necessary. But we'll go over to the next parts, which will balance the summons quite a bit. So yeah, and the another thing that was changed that Buster Spell, Insight, and Trick or Treat other recursion is now doubled if the set target is the summoned entity. So yeah, even though we probably wouldn't use these cards on the summons, it's an option, I guess. Not too hard. Not many things to be said about in here. Okay, so the next things that got changed were the mutate cards. Basically, mutate detonate now counts Shambling Zombie as a normal zombie, so that's a good thing. And the other mutations such as famine, pestilence, disease, and other now have their costs reduced to zero, meaning you can spam way more, which is really a good thing. Okay, so now will be the summon changes. So all of these summons got basically rebalanced in different ways. Color Guard now has their its cost lowered to 5, no longer void. Color Ranger has its rarity changed to rare, is no longer void, which is a good thing. It and its one use conditional is removed in combat, which is probably one of the best changes in there because that was kind of useless. Only having one ranger was kind of painful because of many people brought ranger, not only one player could use it. So yeah, invoke fire spirit have increased per burn removed from self to 10. Now it gains additional ignite for every 2 burn stacks removed from yourself and the target, which nice. Chucky that has unobstructed range, quick shot has the same. Now the summon changes, which well is basically the well what I said before. Now they have limited decks, meaning that their end card will be different depending on the type of summon. So basically, Mercenary has its HP increased to 55, which is a great boost from original 40 HP. But in exchange of that, its end card is Flee, if when summoned by the player. High Wizard has its HP increased to 40. End card is the same as the Mercenaries, which is Flee. Our current trainee has its HP increased to 30, which is really good to be honest. Enables it to tank way more damage since you can summon two of them at once, which is a really good thing. Again, and it has Flee, like Wizard. Zombie has its HP increased to 60, and its end card is Flop, meaning that it will continue to attack till it dies, basically, you know. Of course, when summoned by the player. Shambling Zombie end card is now Flop, no HP increase there. With Skeleton, health increased to 65, and card is now Flop. Same as the Zombie, which is pretty good. Gar, on the other hand, has almost 100 HP, which, I mean, okay, it has 80 HP now, and its end card is Flee, but to be honest, now that it costs 5 bits and it isn't void, is that now way more usable than before. Ranger has its health increased to 25. End card is Flee. Same with Mercenary and Wizard. Fire Spirit end card is Flee, which okay, not many things to be said there, to be honest. And added some arts related to the previous events. Basically, what that means is that some of the cards actually managed to get new art styles, which some of them really look really cool. Like, look really cool, you know. Okay, now there will be the last thing that we'll be talking about, which is the, ladies and gentlemen, the Lone Wanderer mode. My god, like I am so happy they actually have covered this for a long time because my god, we needed this changed like way sooner than before, but as they said, better late than never, right? Anyways, so let's go over with the what actually the Lone Wanderer mode actually does. So basically, this is what the is in the update logs. Lone Wanderer is a new game feature that will help players who can't find party members still do raids. When activated, you will be kicked from any party you are currently in and will not be able to able to send or receive party invites or create new party when in the Lone Wanderer mode. When in battle, you will get 51.5 times more health and double your turns. Lone Wanderer will be work on most non-solo raids, and the list will be coming soon. I do not know when, but I am so happy that developers actually have covered the single player aspect of Hexaria. My god, I have been waiting for this for a long time because because mm, because for most of the time of Hexaria, people needed to find people in order to do some certain raids, and if they couldn't find them, well, there was no point playing the game. Basically, with the Lone Wanderer mode, it's possible to solo most of the things in game thanks to the higher HP and double turns. So I am so happy that Hexaria developers have finally came up with something that makes single player like players who cannot find the party members actually enjoy the game with the basically playing alone by themselves. And in my opinion, it is kind of balanced because first of all, you're completely alone in this, you know. You are completely alone, and you get the HP boost, which I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't do it, to be honest, because 500 health is a lot of HP. Like, it's a lot of HP. Like, it's really a lot of HP. And you get the double turns. Not mentioning that the summons that you are playing with also get the double turns because all of you are on the same team, meaning they can attack twice. Although I have tested it and it works in the bandit raid that you are currently watching right now, and the Gonek raid. I have tested in those two locations, and if I have to say something about this is that sometimes you don't receive damage from the certain status effects that enemies inflict you with, but yeah, otherwise that it most of the time doesn't happen. So yeah, it's a minor bug that can be easily fixed in some time later. But anyways, I think we have covered most of the things in here, all of the changes. But again, Lone Wanderer mode is the happiest thing that I think the developers have added, in my opinion. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see each other the next time.